Here we go. Steel cage action kicking off here.
Well, the door's locked, and at this point, the competitors might just be wondering exactly what they've gotten themselves into.
Lights out. DDT connects. Shoulders on the mat. And the champ kicks out.
That's all right, Cole. Beautiful technique.
We got to cover. And there's the kick out.
Yeah, this is way too early to be going for the win.
Ooh, what impact. Harsh impact. Lion salt. The champion into the cover. And he kicks out.
That's either sheer genius or complete stupidity, Cole.
Nailed it. You gotta believe this one's over. Harsh impact. Oh, nasty impact.
The steel cage is a massive enclosure that stands 15 feet in height. For almost 35 years, a select group of high flyers have taken their aerial assaults to greater heights. And when I say that, I mean superstars climb to the top of the steel cage, the real high-rent district, and dive off onto their opponent. And that all started with one man in October of 1983, Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
To your point earlier, Byron, we've definitely seen some unbelievable attacks be launched from the top of the steel cage. And you mentioned the most iconic, the steel cage match for the Intercontinental Championship that saw Jimmy Superfly Snuka clash against bitter rival, the magnificent Morocco.
There's no denying that Superfly set the bar. You look over the years to people like Jeff and Matt Hardy, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, and Chris Jericho. They continued to push the envelope and executed unbelievable attacks from the top of the cage. And watch Rikishi take flight off the top of the steel cage. Wow.
The WWE Universe has seen the evolution of the steel cage in the enclosure known today as Hell in a Cell. The first time an enclosed cage was seen was in October of 1983 in the last Battle of Atlanta. The enclosed cage was seen a few years later in the War Games match from the NWA. There were even cages stacked on top of each other.
I think we know what this is. Byron, we talk about the progression of steel cage matches and the type of structure. Oh, it's not going to be pretty. Go to sleep, GTS. Night-night.
I'm not sure how much he has left.
The best way to describe combatants clashing inside a steel cage is its battle of attrition. Sometimes a superstar is left with no choice but to fight fire with fire and do whatever they need to do in order to win the match. And sometimes it comes down to a superstar doing whatever they need to do in order to survive.
Byron, you touched on this earlier, but it's so important for a superstar to accept that there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in a steel cage match. That the conflict will be resolved within the 15-foot-high steel walls that surround the ring. And that losing a cage match can mean much more than a mark in the loss column. For some, it has meant the end of their... The champ retains.
Here is your winner, and still All-Star Extreme Champion, AK-47 Jr.